Well, there's a lot to look forward to this weekend as far as local sports. Joey Jenkins here for Inland Northwest Sports Talk once again, giving you the schedule for this weekend in local sports. And it all starts tonight. A couple of big football games for you. First will be the Moscow Bears and the Lewiston Bengals. Moscow, of course, coming off a big win, their first win of the season against Raymond last weekend in the Kibbie Dome. They looked good in that victory. Now they'll still be at home hosting a very good Lewiston Bengals squad. The Lewiston Bengals are just coming off a tough loss against Lake City. That can be heard all at 6:45 tonight. We'll kick off with the Countdown to Kickoff show. That can be heard live on AM 1400, the Palousas ESPN radio. Also on listentothegame.com. Then at that same time, you can tune in to AM 1450 KCLX Palouse Country to hear if the Colfax Bulldogs remain undefeated. They are 3-0 already on the season. They are traveling for their first road game to take on Reardon. That one again, same start time, 6:45 p.m. again on AM 1450 KCLX, also on listentothegame.com. So a couple of big football games for you. Moscow going to try to get their second win of the season, maybe start to build a winning streak. Colfax have already built a winning streak of 3 straight. They'll try to make it 4, but it'll be the first road game for the Bulldogs. So that's your Friday. How about your Saturday? Well, a couple of big games again for the Cougars and the Vandals. How about the Vandals? Homecoming weekend tomorrow. It will be the home game for the Vandals as they will host New Mexico State. This one will start with the kickoff at 2 o'clock, but you can tune in for the pregame show at 1 o'clock. That is on Z-Fun 106 on the FM side of things. So the Vandals will try to get that first win of the season. Hopefully it'll be a good homecoming game against New Mexico State. How about the Cougs? Well, you listened last weekend for what was a good game really against Oregon, especially in the first half. Though the Cougars couldn't hold on in the second half, they end up losing that one against the Ducks. Now they have to go back to Oregon, this time Corvallis, take on another ranked college football team, this time the number 14 Oregon State Beavers. This one will start at 3 o'clock with the kickoff, but tune in to the pregame show at 2 o'clock on AM 1450 KCLX Palouse Country. So a big game on the road for the Cougars. Vandals, that big homecoming game at home in the Kibbie Dome. So if you can't make it out to the Kibbie Dome, be sure to tune on in to Z-Fun 106. Now, how about Sunday? Well, Seattle Seahawks coming off a tough loss against St. Louis. Now they get ready to take on the Carolina Panthers. This one, an afternoon game for you, but the pregame starts all the way at 11 o'clock a.m. with the kickoff at 1:05. You can tune in to hear them on AM 840, The Max. So a lot of football for you this weekend. Remember the Mariners? Well, their season is in the books. They finished up the season on Wednesday. But every single postseason game of the Major League Baseball will be broadcasted on AM 1400 ESPN Radio. So tune into that as the playoffs get started and the big football games starting tonight with Colfax and Moscow, and then tomorrow with the Cougars and the Vandals, and then wrap things up with the Seattle Seahawks. I'm Joey Jenkins. We'll have another episode coming up later on in the day to give you the game previews for Colfax versus Reardon and Moscow versus Lewiston.